What's the scariest fact you know in your profession that no one else outside of it knows? One is a librarian. You'd be horrified how many books we get returned and have to throw out because they're absolutely covered in bedbugs. We put a block on accounts and notify patrons. But I'm specifically told not to mention this problem to the public whatsoever by management. 2. I'll never forget the very awkward conversation I had as a chef with a guest in our dining room. She ordered our current fresh fish but only cooked to about medium. I told the server we could only offer this fish well done. The guest was unhappy about that and asked to speak with me. I tried to beat around the bush a little at first, but finally just had to very bluntly but politely explain that this specific fish, monchong aka sickle pomfret, is very prone to parasites and worms. They are very visible when we butcher the fish, and while perfectly safe and delicious fully cooked, is not a good option for sashimi or less than well done. She changed her order. 3. You know how you worry about getting your frozen and refrigerated groceries home and put away before they spoil? Overnight stalkers don't. 4. I work in a state mental health care hospital. We have many patients with violent history, even some that are incarcerated but placed in the hospital for competency evaluation or as a judgment penalty. They tell many stories to new employees in orientation. One is told to emphasize the importance of observing and protecting patients in temporary restraint. Many years ago, before they had the rule of continuous 1-1 observation on restrained patients, a man was placed in a restraint chair and left alone for several minutes in a hallway. Another patient came up and decided to pull the restrained man's eyes out. I can't imagine being in that poor man's position. We have to sit in the restraint chair and be strapped down during training so we see how it feels to be unable to move, and to emphasize the importance of fixing the strap so the patient can't harm themselves or anyone else, but also not so tight that they lose their breath or regular blood flow. When my turn came, I kept thinking about the terror that man must have felt. Unable to move, unable to escape or fight back, the only chance of help is to call for staff that you also don't trust, because they just put you in this position. It's so fucked.